Okay, today we're going to talk about a sleeping platform for this Jeep XJ. I've got a couple other videos where I sleep in the back. I'll put a card right up there at the top, but I wanted to get a better option, so I've been looking online, looking everywhere, and I think I finally found the perfect solution. So take a look. Okay, in the Jeep XJ, this one I have the rear seat removed. It might work with the rear seat in. I'm not really sure, but we'll do some measurements later to find that out. But anyhow, so what I'm looking for is a sleeping platform, a modular sleeping platform. Yes, you can build one easy, but I want to be able to adjust it. Sometimes raise the head up, sometimes raise the head down, and also adjust the length and the height so I can use it in different vehicles, because I do have a couple other vehicles, as you'll see. I've got a Jeep Comanche right there. I've got a Nissan Frontier Pro 4X over there. Eventually I'll put a bed, maybe cap or something on that, and I'd like to be able to customize this sleeping platform to be able to use in all of these circumstances. So let me show you what I got. So I ordered a sleeping platform. This is not a sponsored video. I did pay for this from Hele Outdoors. That's Hele Outdoors. I'll put a link for this product in the description and maybe a website right here. This is how it came packed. So we're going to start the unboxing right here. I purchased the Hele Solo Kit, which is a platform, adjustable platform, and supposedly it comes with a pad. We're going to look for that, and then a shortening kit, because I needed to make the I wanted the ability to make the leg shorter or taller. So here we go. So this thing was not cheap, and you'll see when you look at the website. But I do want to caution you, and maybe if Hele's watching this, that you need to be real careful if you use a box cutter on this, because as soon as I did that, I anticipated something being right here and not foam, and a box cutter could have easily went in and sliced up your nice carrying case here. Now this is the first time I'm opening it, so you're seeing it as I open it. So let's take a look. All right, let's see. I'm not sure what this is. This looks like some type of carrying case for something. All right, we'll put that right here. It's got a cool little logo right there. And then, oh, let's see what we got here. Look at here. This is a personalized letter from the owner, Murray. Thank you for your supporting our small business. Wishing you epic adventures with your Hele box. Aloha, Murray. I think he's from Hawaii. I read a little bit about his bio on the website. That is a really neat touch. Again, they are a USA-based business out of Colorado, I believe. So anyway, hopefully this gear works out good and you can support this company. So let's take a look. Really nice touch, Murray. Oh, okay, that was too heavy for one hand. So anyhow, we're going to put this, whatever this is, carrying case right over here. Hopefully there's some type of directions. If not, I'll call Murray, the guy that wrote me that letter, and see. Anyhow, let's take a look here. It looks like the carrying case is of decent quality. Now this is where these carrying cases chimp out all the time, is on these zippers. And these are, I would say, about average zippers, but it shouldn't affect me very much. So, all right. Again, first time I'm looking at this. This looks to be my sleeping pad. Some type of legs, I guess. And so I'm going to unpack all this and show you what it looks like later. Okay, almost done here. Well, this is packed pretty good. The one thing I liked about this sleeping platform was these wooden planks, and I guess you'll see it when I get it all assembled. Directions and a koozie and a tool. That's cool. This is the case emptied. We'll just put that right over here for now. Okay, thus far, there's the pad, and here is all the parts laid out. Not sure what's in these bags, so let's take a look. Okay, looks like some leg pieces, I guess. Probably the same in there. Okay, we'll just keep those two little bag pieces separated over there, and we'll start out, as we all should, with the directions. And in the directions, congratulations, you just opened a box to a brand new adventure. Your support is helping small business. So this is nice little note from, I guess, the founder Murray, who gave me the hand note earlier. Mahalo, I guess that's Hawaiian for something. Anyway, oh, got a cool little sticker. Always have to have that. And there are the directions and a Hele Outdoors and tool koozie. Okay, very first thing you want to do is confirm your parts. I have confirmed that everything that should be here is here, including the additional purchase of the mat there and the additional purchase of the shortening kit. So those kit, this is not, they have different versions, so make sure if you're going to order one of these that you're not assuming that all this comes in one kit unless you purchase it that way. So be careful when you look on the website. If you have any questions, I guess you could email or contact Murray, and he will gladly help you out. Okay, the very first thing the directions say to do is we want to lay out our front, middle, and rear trunk center supports. They're labeled, as you see, rear. There's one labeled middle and front. So we are doing this in real time. I have not set this up ever before, so you're going to see if the directions are accurate and will they work well on a Jeep XJ. Next thing it says to do is the long poles. We're going to match the letters A and B and so much and so forth on here. So we'll go get them and I'll show you when it's done. Okay, per the directions, I've got this the main frame completed, but as you see, it will not fit as it stands, and we know that. That's why I ordered the shortening kit, but let me show you a little bit. Okay, we'll turn it over, and, you know, if you raise this up enough, it probably would fit. So I have not put the legs on it yet, but I'm pretty confident if you take well, wait a minute. Okay, that seat's all the way up. Yeah, I'm pretty confident if you take the front seat out, this thing will fit. But no worry, because I bought the shortening kit specifically for this. So the next thing it says to do is go ahead and attach the legs, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to go get the shortening kit because we want to make this thing fit in a Jeep XJ. So if you're going to use this in a Jeep XJ, this might, I hope, is going to be the part you need. So in this shortening kit, it says it shortens it up to 66 inches. It gives you this QR code. So I'm going to watch this video that it suggests and make sure I understand what I'm doing. Okay, I watched the video that was supplied by the QR code, and what it says is to take this shortening kit and replace those two long poles, not the rear, but toward the front. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Super easy. It's just got these little connections. You pinch and slide. And just like in the long poles, you match up the A to A and the B to B and just push it on in. Now, their video did say that you might come into a situation to where they don't really line up. And that is the situation I got, but it's a very easy fix. You just flip this over and you loosen this with the supplied Allen wrench and it'll pop right in. Okay, now with the shortening kit, we are one step closer. It easily fits back in here now, although at an angle because of the transmission hump. So my goal with this is to kind of get it up and above the transmission hump and to get it perfectly straight. So we're going to check that out. So now we need to go get the legs. Those are going to be over here. There are short legs and long legs. Let's see which one's which. Okay, remember earlier I had these two bags of legs, and I see why now. One has the set of long legs and one set has the set of short legs. I'll show you why that's important. Because according to the directions, the long legs go in the front. If you're doing an SUV, which we are, that's because that is not a flat platform, and it is higher over there, so we will need the longer legs for that. As you see, this is the short leg set. Those parts are the same, but these little parts are not. They're shorter. Okay, so I'm going to show you the one reason I bought this kit. This is the ingenious part, so take a look. These legs. So these legs are completely adjustable. So what you can do is you unscrew this bottom and you press this part in and it will slide up and down to fit whatever size or length you're talking about. Watch this. Okay, so you press this in. Actually, you can unscrew this first, then press this in, and see you can adjust these legs in and out, whatever height you need. So this is the main reason that I purchased this, because I did not see any other unit that not only, there's a few that you could adjust with something like this, but you have the extra support and protection of this, because if you only had this part here, it would slide up and down. So anyway, let's go put it on. Okay, I've got all the legs installed. As you see, the legs toward the front of the vehicle have to be a different height. The one goes on the transmission hump there. And back here, I used two medium-sized ones. And if you go to the back, I used an additional two medium-sized ones. They actually come with some really small ones. So for example, if I wanted to push this over a little bit and a small leg to go on the hump, I can do that. In fact, I might even do that later. But as you can see, this kit comes with everything you need to multiple different type of vehicles. Once you get to the correct height, as I showed you earlier, then you take the supplied Allen wrench and you can, or hex wrench, and you can tighten it up and prevent any play whatsoever. And once you get it good and tight, everything seems really sturdy. Okay, now we'll go into the business end of this situation here. So we need something to sleep on, so let's unpack this. Okay, this is a pretty simple setup. So you will see, it looks like on the top of these boards, they have some anti-slip material to keep your cushion from sliding back and forth. That's pretty neat. So we're just going to stretch this out. Okay, the logo goes toward the back here, and the reason why these go into these little holes, but there's a trick. If you use the shortening kit, which I did, then you have to do a little trick up front. But if you didn't use the shortening kit, you don't have to do the little trick. Okay, what I'm referring to is, you see this end here has two boards with holes in it. Now, if you do not use the shortening kit, you're going to use these holes, but if you do use the shortening kit, you're going to use these holes. So you want to put this all the way like this, and just put it in the holes like that. And then once you get the holes in there, it comes with this little Velcro strip, and we're going to tie those dangling pieces up. Okay, once you've got those tied up, just stretch it out. And there's elastic here, so this is very springy, so you're going to pull it tight and you're going to attach it to that. Okay, this is a semi-finished product, so now we have a really sturdy platform. So let me show you what I did. I left it a little bit this way so I could still have access to my cubby panel here. There is enough room for this to close, so that's not a problem there. There's also plenty of room for the door to close, not a problem there. I have it bumped up against the seat. I do have the seat all the way up, so that could be an issue for you. If you take the seat out, actually, you can extend it its full length, but I did want to leave some flexibility. And when you're not sleeping in it, it's very easy just to pull this off and move it back a little bit. And another, what I thought was going to be a potential issue, is raising of the center console, but I still have enough access to be able to get what I need. So, so far it's a win. Okay, now the last step is the inflatable mattress that it comes with. At least I think it's inflatable, not really sure. But let's take a look. Oh, that's cool. It's got a branded carrying case for that. Another brand. Oh, we need to fold it out. Let's see, open to deflate. No, open to, yeah, to deflate. Okay, the instructions show the logo up there by the head, which is what I did, and it says to inflate, you're going to open the inflate valve, and you're going to open the deflate valve. And then it said after 5 minutes, you're going to close the deflate valve and blow into the inflate valve. So we're going to see that. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. Let's go see what it looks like. Okay, so yes, it's inflated a little bit, and it now has a little cushion. Now, what it says to do is to close the deflate valve and blow on the inflate valve. So we got to go back to the front. And my deflate valve is, this is open to inflate, close to deflate over here. So we're going to close this one. And this is blowing here until I get my desired firmness. So let's see. Ooh, that took a lot of blowing. I'm going to suggest an air pump for that, but let me show you. So it's nice and firm now. This is a check valve, so as you blow in, the air will not come out. And there you go. There's the finished product. So To get, so this is obviously a little bit too long, but that's probably easily fixed by moving things around. Let's see what it does when I shut. It does shut. Let's see what it does. So it buckles it a little bit. So what we're going to do is kind of lift like this. And there you go. Okay, I'm going to get in here and see how comfy it is. Okay. It's actually really comfy. Okay. Okay, so now that it's installed, you have plenty of storage underneath. And I'll go ahead and wrap this video up. And to deflate the mattress, you just, it says open to deflate. And there you go. And to get the air out, you just keep that deflate valve open and you roll it up 2 or 3 times and you will get your desired air out so you can store it pretty easy. So once you get it rolled up, it comes with this nice long logoed bag. It will be easily stored in here. And just draw the string tight. And you can easily store it underneath. So yes, I guess they are deserving of a sticker. And one more neat feature, this little carrying case here is designed to actually fit underneath, so you can put camping supplies or what have you. It is compartmented, and it does have a little sturdy floor, so that's kind of nice. So that was the tall one, and it even has a shorter one. So you've got a lot of options for storage with these bags. It even has special instructions for 4Runner owners. It says you do not need to remove the rear seat if you have a 6th-gen 4Runner. And anyhow, I don't have that, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, well that's about it for this video. It's going to do everything I want it to do. It's extremely modular. If you look on the website, it doesn't say whether or not it fits a Jeep XJ, but it does. If you take a look at this video, you can actually do some additional customization, but I'm not going to do that yet. It looks like it'll completely serve my purpose. It'll also serve my purpose for all my other vehicles out there. So take a look at the Hele Outdoors website, check them out, and hopefully they'll have a product that'll suit your needs. So good job, Hele. Talk to you later.